There is a strange paradox at the heart of Taoist philosophy. Sometimes, the harder you try to control your life, the more out of control it becomes. You push harder. You demand faster results. You insist that people understand you. You try to make circumstances move according to your plans. And yet, the more you force, the more resistance you encounter. It is almost as if life itself is quietly asking you, what if you stop pushing? Not because you should give up, not because you should become passive, but because there is a difference between action and force. This distinction lies at the heart of one of Lao Tzu's most profound ideas, Wu Wei. It is often translated as non-action, but this translation can be misleading. Wu Wei does not mean doing nothing. It means acting without unnecessary force. It means moving with reality instead of constantly fighting against it. It is the difference between swimming with a current and exhausting yourself by trying to overpower the river. The river does not ask permission before it flows. It does not become frustrated when a stone appears in its path. It simply finds another way. And over time, the path becomes clear. Human beings often struggle because we believe that resistance is proof of determination. We think, if I want something badly enough, I must keep pushing. If someone does not agree with me, I must convince them. If an opportunity has not appeared, I must force one into existence. If life does not give me what I want, I must fight harder. But there is a problem with this way of living. Desire can make us blind to timing. We may want something that is not ready. We may chase a relationship before trust has developed. We may demand success before we have developed the ability to handle it. We may insist on entering a door simply because we are afraid that another door will never appear. And sometimes what we call determination is actually fear. Fear of missing out. Fear of being left behind. Fear that someone else will succeed before us. Fear that if we stop pushing, everything will collapse. So we keep moving. Even when we are moving in the wrong direction. Lao Tzu saw something that modern life often forgets. Not every moment is a moment for action. There is a time to move. And there is a time to wait. There is a time to speak. And there is a time to remain silent. There is a time to advance. And there is a time to step back. Wisdom is knowing the difference. Imagine a seed. If you are impatient, you might dig it out of the soil every morning to see whether it has grown. You might pull at its stem. You might demand that it become a tree immediately. But your effort would destroy the very thing you wanted to help. The seed does not need more force. It needs the right conditions. Water. Sunlight. Soil. Time. And patience. Human life is often the same. There are things that cannot be rushed without being damaged. Trust. Wisdom. Character. Relationships. Mastery. Healing. Even success. We want the fruit before the roots are deep enough to support it. And when the fruit does not come quickly, we become frustrated. We think life is unfair. But perhaps life is simply moving according to a rhythm larger than our impatience. This is why Taoism places such importance on timing. A wise person does not merely ask, "What should I do?" They also ask, "Is this the right time to do it?" The same action can produce completely different results depending on when it is taken. A word spoken at the right moment can heal. The same word spoken at the wrong moment can wound. A business opportunity taken when you are prepared can transform your life. The same opportunity taken when you are unprepared can destroy your stability. A confrontation can sometimes protect a relationship, but confronting someone while anger controls you can destroy it. The action itself is not always the problem. Sometimes it is the timing. This is why the Taoist does not simply react to circumstances. They observe. They listen. They sense the movement of things. They ask, where is the current flowing? What is changing? What is becoming ready? What is becoming weaker? Where is there resistance? Where is there openness? And perhaps most importantly, What am I trying to force simply because I am afraid to wait? That last question can reveal a great deal. Because impatience often hides insecurity. We want immediate results because uncertainty makes us uncomfortable. We want immediate answers because not knowing makes us anxious. We want immediate recognition because we are not yet secure in our own worth. We want immediate success because we are afraid that time is running out. But the Tao does not hurry. The seasons do not hurry. The moon does not hurry. The river does not hurry. And yet everything unfolds. Perhaps we have mistaken speed for progress. We have become addicted to acceleration. Faster communication. Faster work. Faster success. Faster information. Faster results. But speed is not the same as direction. You can travel very quickly and still be going the wrong way. And sometimes slowing down is not losing time. It is recovering direction. This is especially important when life becomes difficult. When something goes wrong, our first instinct is often to react. We want to fix everything immediately. But strong emotions narrow perception. Anger makes the world look like an enemy. Fear makes every possibility look dangerous. Greed makes every opportunity look urgent. Pride makes every disagreement feel like a battle. When the mind is in this state, action becomes dangerous. You may say something that cannot be unsaid. You may make a decision you later regret. You may abandon something valuable because of a temporary emotion. You may destroy a relationship simply because you could not tolerate one uncomfortable moment. This is why stillness is a form of strength. To pause is not weakness. To wait is not failure. To remain silent is not surrender. Sometimes the person who can delay their reaction has more power than the person who can immediately act. Because when you pause, you create space. And in that space, perception returns. You begin to see what is actually happening rather than what your emotion is telling you is happening. This is one of the reasons Taoist philosophy repeatedly returns to water. Water is soft, yet it is persistent. Water does not need to announce its strength. It simply continues. It flows around obstacles. It fills empty spaces. It descends to the lowest places. And because it does not constantly fight to be above everything else, it eventually reaches places that rigid things cannot. There is a lesson here for human beings. You do not need to win every confrontation. You do not need to prove your intelligence in every conversation. You do not need to make everyone recognize your worth. You do not need to answer every insult. You do not need to turn every disagreement into a contest. Sometimes stepping back preserves more power than pushing forward. Sometimes silence protects your dignity. Sometimes allowing someone to misunderstand you is wiser than exhausting yourself trying to correct their perception. And sometimes walking away from a battle is not losing. It is refusing to spend your life fighting battles that were never important. This is not an invitation to tolerate everything. Taoism is not telling you to become weak. There are moments when action is necessary. There are moments when boundaries must be established. There are moments when you must speak. There are moments when you must move forward despite fear. Wu Wei is not the absence of action. It is the absence of unnecessary struggle. The archer understands this. If the bow is pulled too far, it breaks. If the string is too loose, the arrow has no force. Strength exists in balance. The same is true of life. Too much force creates tension. Too little effort creates stagnation. The Tao lies somewhere between the two. You act when action is needed. You rest when rest is needed. You push when resistance is useful. You yield when yielding creates a better path. You advance when the current supports you. And you wait when the conditions are not yet ready. This requires something most people do not want to cultivate: patience. Patience is difficult because it asks us to trust what we cannot yet see. You plant the seed before knowing exactly how the tree will look. You practice before knowing whether mastery will come. You build relationships before knowing whether they will last. You keep living with integrity before knowing whether anyone will reward you for it. This is where faith in the Tao becomes practical. You do not need to know every step. You only need to stop fighting every step. Consider the person who desperately wants to be recognized. They work harder. They speak louder. They show everyone what they have accomplished. They constantly remind people of their abilities. But paradoxically, the more they try to prove their worth, the less grounded they appear. Now consider someone else. They quietly develop their skill. They keep their promises. They help when they can. They do good work even when nobody is watching. They do not need to announce every achievement. Over time, people notice. Trust develops. Respect develops. Opportunities appear. Not because this person chased recognition, but because they became worthy of trust. This is the difference between forcing an outcome and cultivating a condition. You cannot force people to respect you, but you can become trustworthy. You cannot force people to love you, but you can become loving. You cannot force opportunity to appear, but you can become prepared. You cannot force peace into your life, but you can remove the habits that constantly disturb it. This is the deeper wisdom of Wu Wei. Instead of controlling the final result, cultivate the conditions from which the right result can naturally emerge. This idea changes the way we think about fortune. Perhaps fortune is not something that can be grabbed. Perhaps it is something that becomes possible when we stop blocking its path. Imagine a river flowing toward the sea. You can fight the river every day, or you can learn how to navigate it. The second approach may require less force, but it requires greater awareness. You must read the water. You must notice the rocks. You must understand the current. You must know when to paddle and when to let the river carry you. This is how the Taoist approaches life. Not with laziness, with sensitivity. Not with passivity, with awareness. Not with surrender to everything, with surrender to what cannot be controlled. There is enormous strength in knowing what is yours to influence and what is not. You can influence your actions. You can influence your words. You can influence your habits. You can influence your preparation. You can influence how you treat people. But you cannot completely control how others respond. You cannot command the future. You cannot rewrite the past. You cannot force another person's heart. You cannot prevent every loss. And you cannot make life permanently stable. The moment you accept this, something inside you becomes lighter. You stop wasting energy trying to control what was never yours. And the energy you recover can be used for something much more meaningful. Cultivation. You can cultivate patience. You can cultivate discipline. You can cultivate wisdom. You can cultivate trustworthiness. You can cultivate a calm mind. You can cultivate the ability to recognize the right moment. This is how inner power grows. Quietly. Without announcement. Without spectacle. And perhaps this explains why some people seem unusually fortunate. They are not necessarily luckier than everyone else. They may simply be less likely to destroy their own opportunities. They do not react immediately. They do not burn relationships for temporary satisfaction. They do not let ego turn every success into arrogance. They do not let failure turn into bitterness. They know when to speak. They know when to listen. They know when to move. And they know when to wait. Because they understand something simple. A door that is not ready to open cannot be forced open without damage. Sometimes you have to wait. Sometimes you have to prepare. Sometimes you have to become stronger before the opportunity arrives. Sometimes what looks like a delay is actually protection. Sometimes the closed door is not rejection. It is redirection. But we often cannot see this because we are too busy pushing. We demand that life explain itself immediately. We want to know why something happened, why someone left, why an opportunity disappeared, why our plans failed, why another person succeeded before us. But life rarely gives us the complete answer in the moment. Sometimes understanding comes later, sometimes years later, and sometimes the only wisdom available is simply, this is what is happening now. Meet it. Learn from it. Do not add unnecessary suffering to it. That is the beginning of non-forcing. The Taoist does not ask life to become perfectly predictable. They learn to become responsive. They do not need every wave to disappear. They learn how to move with the waves. They do not demand that the wind stop. They learn how to adjust the sail. And this is perhaps one of the most useful lessons we can carry into modern life. You do not have to force everything. You do not have to chase every opportunity. You do not have to respond to every provocation. You do not have to prove yourself every day. You do not have to make your entire future happen today. Some things need effort. Other things need space. Some things need courage. Other things need restraint. Some things need movement. Other things need stillness. Wisdom is not knowing how to do more. Wisdom is knowing what does not need to be done. And when you learn this, your life begins to feel different. You conserve your energy. You stop fighting unnecessary battles. Your mind becomes clearer. Your relationships become less tense. Your decisions become less desperate. And your actions become more precise. You begin to understand that the strongest movement is sometimes almost invisible, like water, like wind, like the changing seasons, like a seed growing beneath the soil. Nothing dramatic seems to be happening, and yet everything is changing. This is the quiet power of Wu Wei, not doing less because you have given up, but doing only what is necessary because you have learned to trust the deeper movement of life. And perhaps this is where true fortune begins again. Not when you finally get everything you want, but when you stop forcing life to give you what you think you need. You become patient enough to wait, clear enough to recognize the moment, strong enough to act when necessary, and humble enough to step aside when the current is moving in another direction. Because sometimes the greatest wisdom is not knowing how to push harder. It is knowing when to stop pushing. And when you finally stop fighting the river, you may discover that it was never your enemy. It was simply trying to show you the way.